All right, here we go. Blake Cousins, Third Phase Moon, and it's my pleasure to be with you. We're going to be rolling with some video. This thing is like a labyrinth, and we're still trying to get to the bottom of this. We're seeing weird things in this chamber, this passageway. Where does it lead? There are many corridors and many chambers. What we're going to do is we don't want to get lost in this thing. So we're kind of mapping it out. And we're actually trying to find the end. Does this thing even end? We're still on the fence on exactly what's going on. And also, we're just going to let this video roll. I want to get your comments on what you think this is all about, because there's some strange underground bases here in the state of Hawaii, all over the state. There's World War II, possibly bunker systems that have been not used and abandoned for, over 40, 60 years now. Some of the equipment in there looks more up to date. It doesn't look that old. We're looking at things that seem like almost more 70s or 80s kind of technology with modern day sprinkler systems and these plugs. They're not out of the World War II era. It seems more of a present day, more like the 80s. What were they preparing for in the 80s? Or is this something that needs more exploration? That's for sure. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be exploring this more. So stay tuned to that, to Third Phase Moon. I'm going to also be sharing in the link as well this new breaking news that I just received via my email. And this just came in a few minutes ago. And it's a PDF image atlas. And it's of the moon. We're looking at the moon right now. And on the surface of it, it almost looks like there's some kind of a disc-shaped crash. You could almost see skid marks as if this thing just kind of crash landed out of control on the surface of the lunar moon and leaving a trail behind. NASA supplied this image. I wonder if they're going to scrub it, because we're sharing this image right now. The link has just been shared to the world. It's coming in from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California, and it's a PDF image taken by the Atlas. Could go down in history as one of the best evidence that NASA has given to us, the public, that looks to be some kind of disk crashing on the surface of the lunar moon. What has just crashed on the lunar moon? Is it a natural anomaly? Is this some kind of anomaly made by nature of some kind? I want to get your opinions, people. What is this anomaly on the surface of the moon provided by NASA themselves? Yes, the BIO 3S045, and I want to get people's opinions on this. And if you've got something you want to share tonight, and that's why we're doing this radio show, is taking calls from around the world, just go ahead, press number 1 on your touchpad, whatever calling device you're using, number 1, and you'll be taken straight to the top of the call list. And I'm looking forward to hearing some amazing stories tonight. Some new ones. That's always good. That's always a good thing. So I guess let's bring them in. Let's get to area code, 615 made it to Third Phase Moon live show. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Great. Welcome to the show. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Nashville, Tennessee.
All right. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind tonight?
I just want to tell you about a story that happened to me and my family on June 1st. I get a bit anxious whenever I talk about it, but I'm 15 years old, so I was just playing video games that night, and my parents started freaking out. I heard in the other room, and I didn't really mind, asking, what was going on, but my dad had ran over to our front door because he heard loud knocking. I just kind of peeked out of my room to see what was going on. Everyone was freaking out. I tried to finish my game and went to go see what was going on. Apparently, someone was knocking on our window, our door, really, really, really loudly, and we were all kind of just startled by it. The problem is with that, though, our house is in a U shape, and our front door is at the middle of the U. There's absolutely no way that someone could have knocked on the door, ran away that fast, and been able to hit. We live on top of a hill, and our driveway is about half a mile long. It is a very, very long driveway. And there was no cars out there. There was nobody that we can see. We don't know what it was. We thought it was just like a little prank by some kids. And then a couple minutes later, there was some knocks on my sister's window, and her bedroom is on one of the other sides of the use. And we just kind of got a little creeped out by it. We didn't really think anything of it. But my mom, she had checked the local, like, town Facebook page to see if anybody was posting about anybody knocking on their windows. And kid you not, 11 minutes before all that stuff happened, people were saying that there was a UFO sighting as big as a football field, and it was traveling in the direction of our house. And that was 11 minutes after or before we had that experience. And they said it was flying over some trees on top of a hill past our civic center, which is like a sports place. And we mapped it out, and it was directly towards our house. And the trees that was going over were the trees in our front yard. So we got really, really creeped out about that. In the morning, we went and see if we can find any marks in the grass or anything, but there was absolutely nothing.
This thing sounds like it was really, really low, and you said it happened early July, right?
Yeah, July 1st, and it happened about 10 o'clock at night.
Could you give us the general town this was in? Maybe other people might have experienced the same thing. This weird. What do you think it was? What's knocking on people's windows at night? Criminal, or is this
really have
something else?
I really have no clue, but this actually isn't the first time that my parents had experienced a UFO. I'll get to that in a second, but the people were on the Facebook page talking about the UFO. They said it was bigger than a blimp, and it was the size of a football field. It was solid black, no lights, but it was just kind of hovering. It didn't really move that fast, and it was just kind of hovering towards our house. No one really described the shape, so I don't really know what to describe of that. But I'm sorry, I'm just like getting off topic. But my parents actually, a couple of years ago, they were at a 4th of July party, and they had seen I don't know if you're familiar with the Phoenix lights, the V-shaped UFOs with the lights on them. They had seen one of those.
Absolutely.
Yeah, at a 4th of July party. And yeah, so they've had experience before, but nothing like this.
So this Facebook correspondence, are these your friends, or was it just chat that was coming in your neighborhood? Or are these personal friends of yours that were kind of giving you the heads up? Hey, there's this massive UFO the size of what did you say, a football field heading your way? Who were these people on Facebook?
These were just random people in our town. Gallatin, Tennessee is actually where it was. It's right outside of Nashville. And if you want, like, for credibility reasons, I could actually email you the link to the original Facebook post if you would like. But yeah, these are just like everyday people. My mom stalked their Facebook profiles, and yeah, these are just everyday people in their town. Just asking if anybody got any pictures, like, what do you think it was? And yeah, everyone was just baffled.
Are there strange occurrences in your town as of recently, or was it just that one night?
It was really just that one night, and it's weird because our town's pretty quiet. Like, nothing happens here. So for us to hear that there's a UFO is just kind of out of the ordinary.
Was there any media coverage, any follow-up with the local news?
I tried to find any, but not that I could find, no.
What about the buzz of the neighborhood? Any talk of this event? Anybody coming forward?
Yeah, so actually, I posted on social media about it, asking if anybody else saw it, and one of my close friends actually said he saw it too. He said it was really, really, really loud, and before I even described to him where it was, he described to me the exact direction that it was going in, and it turned out to be in the direction of my house. So, yeah, there's other people that saw it too that I know of personally.
Strange times, definitely, and these sightings of these massive, unidentified objects in the sky the size of football fields, they seem more and more in a way that people are speaking about them. They're happening on a continuous basis. I think things are ramping up in regards to them. These massive, I don't know, some people would call them motherships. Actually, now they're getting lower. How low do you think this craft was, or how was it being described on Facebook?
Well, they said it was flying very, very low, but I mean that could be relative to an airplane or just in general low. I really have no idea. People were saying that it was flying low, though.
Some people are saying, is there any kind of like blimps in the area advertising? Maybe some kind of event where. Go ahead.
I have never, ever seen a blimp in my entire life, and I've lived in this town ever since. So, yeah, I've never, ever seen a blimp.
Yeah, and flying at 10 at night in a small town, would it make much sense?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, good for
calling. Yeah. So what do you think now? Did you even think about the topic of UFOs and possible extraterrestrial life out there? Has your thoughts changed recently?
Oh, no, I thought it was just a bunch of kids messing around until my mom had showed me the Facebook post, and I was convinced from the start. I was like, that makes sense.
Appreciate the call in, man. Keep in touch. Let us know if this massive craft, whatever it is, comes back in your neighborhood, and keep us updated.
Thanks, Blake. Have a good night.
All right. Okay. This is not unusual, people. This is very common. But we need to get more videos. People need to get that video going. And if they see something like this, man, just start filming it. All we need is one good video to knock the socks off the world. We've posted thousands and thousands of videos submitted by people from around the world. Don't get me wrong. There's amazing stuff. But we're still looking for that one. That one, people. Stand by, Third Phase Moon. We got more callers coming in. We got area code 410. It looks like it's coming up next. Stand by, Blake Cousins. Blake Cousins. We're broadcasting live from the Big Island of Hawaii. This is Third Phase Moon. If you've got something you want to share tonight, call in the number 347-934-0378. I want to hear a good story. Let's bring in the callers. Let's go to area code 410. You got something you want to share to the world tonight? Welcome to the show. Okay. Unfortunately, you're coming in really broken up. Not coming in clear. If you got something you want to share, just go ahead and press number 1 on the keypad, and it might be something quite amazing, because sharing your experience could be a major move. Okay, let's. It seems like people are getting the picture here. Let's go to area code 904. You're live, third phase of the moon. How you doing?
Hey, fantastic, Blake.
Hey, welcome to the show. Where are you calling in from?
904 is Florida area code, so way on the other side.
Way on the other side, absolutely. Good morning, basically, to you. What's on your mind, or what's on your mind this morning? Go ahead.
It's basically, I'm an environmental scientist by trade, and I since defected after I learned everything that was actually revealed not only through the mainstream media, but in absence of it. The silence speaks more volumes than the verbiage, and I find myself in kind of, in a defectionary status.
Okay. How do you mean?
I have to pause for a moment because it reverberates eons. It hasn't just started recently. It's all been these mechanisms of control, and I'm sure you've experienced it yourself as of recently with the demonetization of YouTube, the controlling forces of our new Gutenberg press and ability to access information is only continuously being funneled down. It's being throttled down. And with that, as with everything I know, and I don't feel I should be the only person that knows this or sees this, because if I am, then I'm pretty crazy. Yeah.
YouTube's cracked down on that stuff.
The amount of scientific language, right, that has been manipulated to form public opinion and what people think are their own choices. It hasn't been their own choice for a long time. They've just been led to believe that it is their own choice. To bring it back full circle onto your open forum, and Blake, I do appreciate the fact that you're doing this, because not a lot of people actually listen in, and when people do listen in, they don't do shit about it. So to bring it back full circle into the expanse of experiences that span beyond our knowledge of what we're allowed to know, either about this planet, this hemisphere, this plane, that you can define it any way you want. The experience is different for everyone, but the essence still remains that these controlling forces are attempting to throttle down on any person that voices and any experience that has anything to do with what's out of the ordinary. If it doesn't fit into the box, it's thrown out of the box. If it's thrown out of the box, it's targeted. And if it's targeted, it's considered a dissenting opinion that character assassination is completely, I know you have personally experienced it firsthand. I've seen your progression through your channel, and I've actually grown a lot personally from watching your channel and hearing everything. But I'm going to pause for a moment because I haven't heard a lot from you.
Well, yeah, no problem. I'm just...
I'd like to gain some feedback after all that.
Sure thing. Well, hey, first off, yeah, I appreciate the call. And obviously, with the internet nowadays, it doesn't take much for a bully to, cut somebody down or, belittle somebody. It's very easy. Trolls are more and more prevalent. But then there is a system, it does seem, that there is a major media faction trying to actually suppress, like you say, out-of-the-box thinking. If it doesn't go with the grain, and if you're not part of us, well, then you're not going to get anything. And they're trying to control it, and it seems that there has been changes, no doubt about it. We've seen it. We've seen it happen, and we see it happening. And we'll see how it all plays out. I'm not sure. we got a real thick skin over here at Third Phase Moon. Trust us and trust me over here. Doing this over the years in this subject matter. There's only one way you could deal with all this trolling action. You just basically got to let it go.
Absolutely.
But,
you do. Because if you don't let it go, you find yourself consumed with the constant onslaught of the fact that, oh shit, I've been identified as having a cognitive thought, legitimate cognitive thoughts. And that's a target now. And that, more than anything in current humanity, that frightens me. Because it legitimately is the only thing we have to fight back against those control mechanisms. The people that are able to actually wipe their ass and think about, oh my, I just did that, instead of, oh, I need a Pepsi. There is a clear and stark difference between what we've been conditioned to think and those breaking out from it, and those that have eventually, and it's a long process. It's not easy. It's not without strife. It's not without suffering. And it's sickening that that's the way it has to happen, but it's happening. And we're here now. But where do we go from here, I think, is the biggest question that all your listeners and those discerned would really like to hear, especially from your side of the house.
Well, sure. My best opinion to everybody is just don't stop what you're doing. Keep an eye on this freedom of speech and how this thing is going to really play out, because the internet is a free place, but they're trying to control that in a way that could be pretty detrimental to people wanting to get the word out, and that's a constant battle. And in this world that we live in this subject matter, it doesn't surprise me one single bit. And we're going to be putting up the big fight, and we're going to do this as long as we can. That's what we've been doing for about 8 years now, and no, we're not going to stop. It's just we've made too many friends, too many contacts, too many people out there that have submitted their evidence and their stories over all these years. It's our duty to do so, and to our subscribers.
Right, and when we fail to recognize that duty is when we fail to progress on any level. We have a duty to each other first.
Absolutely. There's no other way. That's what we have to do as a community. Appreciate the call. Appreciate that. Big subject matter, and how we're going to continue getting the information out with the prevailing powers that may want to suppress our information. It's a constant battle, but we're not stopping. Blake Cousins, we're taking more calls. Don't be shy, people. Call in. Press that number 1 when you call into 347-934-0378. We'll get to you. We'll be right back. Kick it. Third Phase Moon, we're back taking your calls from around the world. You've got a UFO story you want to share? Let's get to it. This is Blake Cousins' Third Phase Moon, and it's my pleasure always to share your incredible experiences. Let's go to area code 503. Looks like coming in from, I don't know, looks like Oregon. You're on Third Phase Moon. Got some sound issues. How you doing tonight? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
You got some really... Go ahead. Your sound sounds kind of scratchy.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure how to fix that. I am calling in kind of because of someone...
Okay, your sound is absolutely going berserker over there. I can't hear what you're saying. Might be a weird land issue, some kind of weird broadcasting on my end. I'm not sure. Call back, see what happens. It sounded strange. I guess let's see what 443. You're on 443. How you doing? How you coming in?
Hopefully pretty good. Can you guys hear me?
Barely. Oh, okay. This is kind of getting weird. Why is all of a sudden our sound... People are getting bumped off. This is... Okay, what's going on? Okay, I'm trying to get to callers. And, hello?